What's up, guys? Just want to have a quick talk about how narcissism can turn the victim, well, not necessarily turn, but make the victim look like not the victim. Because this is honestly like what is happening to me. So, the first time I was removed from my home, I had a phone hearing. I had a full-blown restraining order against me. Couldn't see my son that I raised from day one. I was a stay-at-home dad for over 5.5 years, just over 5.5 years. And my wife claimed that I was emotionally badgering her and the kids. No prior police visits. There was one time where she called the police on me when I left because she was badgering me so much. I decided to try to take an 8-mile trek to the next town over where my parents were living. And she claimed that I wanted to commit suicide because she wouldn't stop calling and texting me. And I'm walking down the side of the road. I said, "You keep calling me and texting me, you make me want to jump out in front of a car." I didn't say that I was going to. I told her that she makes me want to. And she turned it into me being suicidal. So in turn, on my walk, I seen a sheriff sitting in the dark, and I waved my arms and stuff like that so I didn't scare her. And I got her attention, and I told her what was going on. She called another sheriff, and I was still put in handcuffs, put in the back of the car, taken to the hospital. I was literally in the hospital for maybe 10 minutes, and then at least they're nice enough to take me home. So that was the only prior, and I don't have a record. At least at that time, I did not have a record. And I didn't get interviewed. I didn't get anything. Nothing. I was shaving. I was actually getting ready to cut my hair. And I got just a little bit in the front done. And two sheriffs came to the door. And they're like, "Are you so-and-so?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's this about?" After my wife came home and picked up all the kids and took the keys to the van that we were using, her parents' van, because she refused to fix my truck. Or pay to have my truck fixed, I mean, more like it. And I'm like, okay, like I have to be to work for a little while, so I thought she might be back. And lo and behold, the sheriffs come and they tell me that I have to pack a bag of clothes and whatever I can take, and I was to leave the property, and I was not allowed back on the property. I was not allowed to be in contact with my wife. I was not allowed to be in contact with my kids or my son. And I couldn't see them, period, for a month until I had court. And we had court, and they asked me if I had a lawyer. I said no, like I was a stay-at-home parent. Why? Like I just wanted to go to counseling. And her lawyer, her public defender at the time, yeah, she had a public defender on a 6-figure income. Yeah, 6-figure income. She has a public defender, and I don't. When I just started a job March 30th of that year, and this was the middle of August. And I was only making $300 every 2 weeks because I was paying child support. And this is after being a stay-at-home dad for 5.5 years. So she did all this, and then a couple, what was it, 3 days later, she texted me and said that Christian wanted to talk to me. And this was right before I was getting ready to walk into her ex's house, my stepkid's dad's house, to sit down and look him in the face and tell him that it wasn't his fault. And I didn't go for it at first, but after being there talking with him and then I left, I fell for it, ended up talking to my son, and then the kids started texting me, and I texted my kids, stay honest and pure, or stay pure and honest, one of the two, and that I loved them. And since I went to their dad and talked to him and told them that she gives them alcohol on a regular, when she drinks, they drink, and she doesn't keep track, and I don't agree with it, but anytime I would say something, I would be told to put my feelings in my pocket. So that's that. And he flipped, called CPS, and for her to combat it, she called the state troopers and used my text messages to my kids as proof that I contacted them, and I broke the restraining order. And since the phones were in my name at the time, I happened to be at work, and my phone went off saying that Trisha, or the phone at the time, called 911. And I just knew right away that I was like, I'm in trouble now. So I notified my manager at the time and told them I had to leave to take care of something. And as I was walking home, because I didn't have a vehicle, the troopers got a hold of me and they wanted to meet up with me. So a state trooper and a city cop together met up with me and arrested me and put me in handcuffs. So the first time ever arrested in my life, I was 36 years old, and it was for telling my kids to be pure and honest, or be honest and pure. And I'm the monster. So this time around, I'm going through a lot personally. I'm in a house that's not mine. It's my parents, and my dad is going through some medical stuff, and my mom has been wanting to buy a house. They live in a 1-bedroom apartment in South Carolina and pay out, they pay a mortgage on an apartment. So my son telling me, instead of the narc, telling me that she just needed space and this and that, and then I was over for dinner a couple times, like a month before that. But then when we talked, and like I already knew what was going on and stuff, but she looked at me and said that she did not want to be in a relationship for a very long time. And when she looked at me and told me that, I knew right away she was already in a relationship. And that was the second dinner that I had with the family again. And she hugged me and wanted to hug me. And then she was all looking at me and stuff, but I wouldn't do it. I couldn't touch her, so I didn't even try. I just left. But she was sending me pictures when she went out with her brothers and stuff like that, like smiley pictures and goofy faces like we used to do. And it was just to try to hook me again. And I knew what was going on. I knew it. I just knew it. So my next time it was her birthday coming up, and she wanted me to take my stepdaughter along with my son and have my two kids, which I had that weekend anyway, so it was no big deal. But she had me watch them while she had a birthday party for herself at my house. I wasn't invited, which told me that she had her boyfriend there. So I had my son and my stepdaughter so she could have her boyfriend at her birthday party at my house. And if any, like, I hope she sees this and knows, like, how disgusting and how disrespectful and just not right that she is, because she tried playing me to smooth me over to have a smooth birthday party. And I fell for it. And I didn't like that once it came to, and I processed it and all the pieces came together. And so I told her, I want to do this or that, and she didn't care, and she's like, no, you got to take Christian, or you got to take both of them if you can, or this and that, or I'll figure something else out, blah blah blah. So she was being forceful and all that. So we ended up arguing, and then I didn't know if my son went to school or not. So with her being the narc that she is, she tried at first gaslighting me, and then when I asked, if he went to school or not, she refused to answer me. So I pretty much figured that he didn't go because of the conversation that morning, and so I was there to get him, and I texted her, where is he? And she sent him to school. So as I'm waiting for the bus to get there, she comes outside and comes up to my car. I didn't get out of my car. Comes up to my car and starts a fight with me. So I looked her right in the eyes and I told her, like, you are here. Like, here. I'm here. You are nothing. I was like, you are just nothing. So, like, I don't know what you're trying to do. Leave me alone. Walk away. She called the state troopers and told them that I told her to go kill herself. And like, what? So from there on out, I just, nope. I refuse. I'm done. I'm done. So when my son came to me and told me that he heard a deep voice on the phone say, hey, babe, I'm just like, we are still married. Like, no, you don't move on until we're at least separated or something. So she's trying to have her cake and eat it too, because she's on a 6-figure income after she took me away from my 6-figure income. And yeah, wants her cake and eat it too, because I built the house that she's in. I mean, it's not all the way finished. It needs a lot more work, but it's to the point where she could get it done with somebody else. And that's not right. I can't stand for it. And by me standing up, I lost a lawyer because my lawyer refused to do anything because she didn't want to play games and wanted me to pay for a divorce that I don't have money for. And by me saying, you're not going to treat me like this, and this is my life, and I'm not going to allow it, period. If you're not going to fight for me, then I want somebody that will. She turned my words against me and said that I didn't like what she was doing, and this making it all off on me because she cannot take accountability. She can't. And like, for real, she screamed at me on the phone. Like, literally screamed at me on the phone because I caught her in a lie and she didn't know what to do. She panicked, so she started yelling at me. And that's what narcissists do. So, like, it made me process a lot because I felt like maybe I crossed the line. But it's like, you know what? No. I'm done with people walking on me. So it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. And so now I'm portrayed as this monster, not only by my wife, but now by my lawyer that stepped down for me because she couldn't take accountability for the lack of work I got out of her because she's a court-appointed lawyer, but not a public defender. So no matter what, I'm screwed because I'm portrayed as a monster, and that's what it is. All because I wanted to stand up for myself, and you know, I have rights. Why am I not living in a house when my wife has 2 of them in her name? And why are my kids suffering and hers aren't? Why am I suffering after I gave her all this time? And I get nothing? I couldn't even get my truck fixed? I couldn't, after I sacrificed everything? Like, that's how you know you messed up and married a narc. Like, you married a leech sucking, sucked the soul and life out of you, and just with no regard at all. No, not a blip of care in the world. And it's crazy. This is probably going to be the longest video I've done, but it's real. Like, what they do to you in court and in real life, and what you're left with to work with yourself is just insane. And that's another reason why I'm doing this stuff, is because it does damage, and it makes you off as somebody that you're not, so you can't even get help because you come off as the person that is doing the damage, when in fact you are the person that is the damage. Excuse me. But it's crazy. It's crazy how fake our world has really gotten, where the victim is not the victim anymore. You know, like having blonde hair, blue eyes, being thin, with a nice butt, with a nice, pretty white smile, gets you more than being a guy in New York State. Because, no, they just can't picture a blonde like that manipulating and just totally destroying a 215-pound, 6'3" man. It's impossible. Right? Impossible. Because I'm just this big, huge monster, right? Yep. You know, like, anybody that knows me from where I live and stuff, like, before I was removed from my house, if I left my house, I had kids with me. If I had all 8 of them, or if I had 2 of them, 4 of them, 6 of them. Like, I always had kids with me. So, getting used to not having kids with me has made me a numb man. And they wonder why there's so many quote unquote deadbeat dads. How about they're beat dads? Instead of deadbeat dads, they're beat dads, because New York State allowed the mother to take advantage and beat them. Our system is designed to favor the female. Our system is designed to, like, it's pretty much like going to a specialized shop and making an order. How do you want this one? Oh, we want, joint custody with split visitation. So everything's even. Okay. Oh, nope. I want to take a day away from him because I make a lot more than he does and I'll have to pay him child support. Oh, they snatched a day. Like, her lawyer said that. And she got away with it. And the judge would not change it until trial. But she can change anything she wants because she has a paid lawyer. Yeah, paid lawyer. And I've put in petitions after petition. Sent pictures of bruises up and down my son's arms that were quote unquote bite marks from a puppy that they got, when they're clearly finger marks and a punch mark. But no, it's all hearsay, because my son's manipulated, all those kids are manipulated, and even CPS that was going to the house is also manipulated. But I'm the bad guy, right? I took on 5 kids that weren't mine, and all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, I'm just the bad guy. It's, if I had a paid lawyer, she would already be in jail right now. She would already probably be in jail, or heading that way, because of all the illegal stuff she's done. Falsifying documents, falsifying her property deed, falsifying everything. Allegations. She falsified on a trooper body cam saying that his name's on the deed. No, it's not. And we paid $15,000 on the land contract, not $500. So, and I'm the one that's being treated like a criminal. Yep, treated like a criminal. So, yeah, I'm irritated. I'm tired. I worked all night, and that's all I've been thinking about, is because my son is being subjected to this, because I reacted and wanted to stick up for myself. And I'm a man in New York State. And if a man does that in New York State, automatically we are considered a threat. We're not playing Papa Bear at all. We're not fighting for our son or our life, We're automatically a threat that we're going to hurt somebody. Right? Is that true? Like, automatically we're just going to hurt somebody. There's no history of physical anything. But now we're going to worry about that now. Like, I wish I could get a lawyer and sue them, like, for real. Like, I've got PTSD. Now my son is messed up. My other 2 kids are so distraught. They don't know what to think because of the effect it's done on me. And I'm the bad person because I was ripped out of my home on false accusations, which gave me PTSD after having my son torn from me too, because of a faulty court system. But it's my fault. It's my fault that I was being battered and abused by a narcissist. So I continue to be treated like this through our court system because I'm a guy. I'm a male. I was born a male, and that's who I am. I'm a male. And I'm treated like I'm some weapon, like I'm some crazy dude that isn't totally about love for my kids. Like, for real, think about it. Like, how am I supposed to act? Tell me, how am I supposed to act when I am ripped from my home and have my son ripped from me? How am I supposed to act? You know? Especially on false accusations after my wife had 3 genital warts on her cervix. And no, can't get medical records subpoenaed, no. You know, after my wife made 6 figures and I'm over here fasting 3 days a week because really I can't afford to feed myself. But no, that's fine. That's not economic abuse, right? No. Because I'm a male. I'm a guy. And New York State don't care. They do not care. Don't. You know, Judge Brown don't care. You know, my lawyer didn't care. In fact, she was a narc herself because she couldn't take accountability for her actions toward me. And I took full accountability, and I will in court when I go on the 6th. You know, like, she did not treat me well. She told me straight up to my face in person that what I thought did not matter. And it wasn't even like a speech that, like, what you think doesn't matter in court. It's straight up, what I think does not matter because she's only willing to do this or that. But I'm in the wrong. So, I just really love to know. I would really love to know if there would be some way to even turn this around on my own, because I don't have a lawyer. I don't have anybody. I'm trying to fight this myself. I was tricked. Like, at the clerk's office, like, she even hinted to me, too. She hinted to me, and that's why I put that puzzle piece together. So, every time that I have put in for an order for the judge to see, for an emergency, you know, a reason to show cause, before the judge seen what I was putting in for, I didn't sign and have notarized until after the judge seen it. And I'm over here like, well, I caught on to that one. Like, because that's like swearing that everything you're saying is true. So if I was a judge and I read something and it wasn't sworn like it should be with my signature on it, I wouldn't sign it. Why would you? I wouldn't. It's just a little, you know, loophole of, I don't want to take accountability for changing nothing, or I don't feel like changing nothing, or who cares? You know, it's just another one on the line. We'll just push him right through, just like the rest of them. He'll end up just like the rest of them. Oh well, you know, that's what we want. We want the guy to work, pay the child support, pay the taxes, pay for the woman, and all this stuff, when in actuality it was flipped on this time, and the man still gets the shit end of the stick. And that's the truth. Because I live in New York State. And men don't have rights to their kids in New York State unless they can prove that the mother is, like, truly unfit. Like, freaking pretty much overdosing their kid on drugs, unfit. Like, I can't even prove that my wife has been nothing but a manipulating narcissist with borderline personality disorder that is teaching my kids nothing but bad morals. And You know, like I'm told, oh, she just parents differently. So why does she get to trump? Like, why does my righteous way of wanting to raise my child get trumped by fake narcissism? That's what I would like to know. Like, for real. You know, this is real talk. Like, why do women have to be treated better than guys especially when it comes to kids? Because, you know, I don't know a lot of women out there. Actually, you know, I don't know much at all anymore. I don't even talk to women anymore. In fact, I don't even talk to guys. I don't talk to anybody. I'm straight. I'm a heterosexual male, and I'm not interested in shit. I can't even find a woman attractive anymore. So I don't care. You know, I don't care, and that's what the abuse does. That's what the damage does. You don't want to go through it again, and you just don't care. And being that I care on what my effect does to others, I I can't live with guilt being that guy going around just sleeping around. So that's just what I'm dealt. It is what it is. Time will heal. Who knows? Maybe I'll find someone in 5, 10 years. I don't know. Definitely not going to be for a long time, that's for sure. But it's just crazy. It's crazy how a narcissist takes over your life, manipulates everyone around them, and makes you look like the villain. And even in court. But for me to be in New York State in the first place sucks because, like I said, if you are a deadbeat mom, you pretty much have to like light your kid on fire to have him taken away from you. Like, New York State don't care. CPS don't care. They just don't care. You know, if they truly cared, like, seriously, if they truly cared, me saying that there's another man staying in my house and with my son in my house and it's against my beliefs, you know, I think they would at least investigate her, at least tell her, you know, wait until court before you have a boyfriend or whatever or something. But no, nothing. I get zero respect at all. And I try to demand it, and then I get looked like a tyrant and made look out to be something I'm not. So how the hell am I supposed to react? I would really love to know how I'm supposed to react. Am I supposed to be betrayed as like the pictured man of just being silent and not giving a fuck about anything? Should I not care at all? Like, it's stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid. And I'm just fed up. I'm so fed up with it. Every time I walk in this house, I get triggered. And I'm like in a trigger right now because I'm so irritated. My heart's pumping. And it's like I can't live here. I can't. And that's reality. When you're forced to be somewhere where you don't want to be, it makes it 10 times worse. Well, I've been on here for 34 minutes and I gotta get to bed. Thank you all for all the support and all the everything, you know, the comments, and I'm trying to keep up with them because I truly do appreciate them. Like, oh, they definitely bring me up because I really don't have anybody in my life. I've got like 2 people, and that's it. So it's just nice, you know. God bless everyone. I hope you have an awesome day. See ya.